Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well out there. I wanted to speak to you today about two very important factors that will have a major impact, I truly believe a major impact on your life, especially in your later years. The first one is the principle. It's called the SAID principle. It's a movement principle. SAID, SAID. It's an acronym for Specific Adaptation to Imposed Demands. And what that basically means is whatever you are doing on a regular basis, your body will adapt to that, so you're more proficient at it. For example, let's use this in a positive tone. Let's say you want to be a golfer. You want to be a good golfer. So according to this principle, what you should, and this is logical, this makes sense. If you want to be a good golfer, you should primarily play golf consistently. That is going to have the most carryover to being a good golfer, is playing golf itself, doing the activity itself. If you want to, say you want to play the piano, if you want to be a good pianist, then according to the SAID principle, you should primarily practice playing the piano consistently. Again, that will have the most carryover. Your body will adapt to that activity so you become more effective and efficient at it. So that's the SAID principle. So keep that in mind. And then I want to also throw in time. And we're all aware of time, especially as active seniors. We're probably more aware of it than anyone. We can see changes happening on a regular basis almost. And unfortunately, they are all not good. We're never going to be the same as we were younger in life. We're no longer going to have the same physical and cognitive attributes that we did later in life. Just part of being a person, part of being a human being. Time kind of pecks away at our skills and attributes, erodes our attributes, we could say. And so you have time also. Now, I want you to consider both of these principles. You have the SAID, do practice what you want to be good at, and you'll get better at it. And you have time, though, kind of pecking away at what we're good at, we could say, at the activities we want to excel in. And then also consider we're active seniors with goals. I could say, I think we all would agree that we want quality of life in our later years. We want to enjoy our life to the fullest, even possibly up into those last years of life. Do what we want to do, enjoy our passions, go places, travel, be with people. We want all that. Of course, we all do. And what do we need in order to have that? What's required? What is necessary in order to enjoy life to fullest? Well, I think maybe the top one would be able to move effectively and safely in order to enjoy life to fullest. And we could say that would be walking, right? We really want to be able to walk safely, effectively in our later years to get the most out of it. So according to the SAID principle, then, what should we do? We should walk, right? Right now, as active seniors, we should start walking, maybe 2 or 3 miles a day, maybe 3 or 4 miles every other day, whatever that looks like your schedule. We should practice walking because that's what we're going to need later in life. So in order to get there, we should primarily focus walking. Now, I should also say this, there are other movements or activities or exercises we can do to supplement walking, but primarily we should walk, right? Because that's going to have the most carryover. But don't forget about time now. And this is really my point of the video, is time is just pecking away at us year after year, decade after decade. And so in order to be able to walk later in life, we have to do more than just walking now, because time's going to erode that skill of walking. And later in life, it's going to be very challenging. If we just maintain the status quo, we could say, just maintain walking now. If we're only walking now, time's going to win that battle in our later years. Walking's going to be very difficult in our later years. So we have to always have the mindset of getting better and better at that skill. And let's use walking again as the skill. We not only have to walk, we have to do more than walking, because again, that affected time is just going to erode our ability to walk later in our years. So what does that look like in practical terms? So instead of just walking now, we should be lunge walking maybe. We could start implementing lunge walking. We want to enhance that basic skill more and more. So lunge walking. Maybe even start running now. If you start running, and just by trying to enhance that basic skill of walking, trying to do more and more, we can start to negate or mitigate the effects of time. I like to say, you can think of it this way: we want to slow down the slowing down. So time is going to slow down. If we're only walking, it's going to slow down walking year after year, decade after decade. So we want to start doing more than just walking, lunge walking, running. So then in our later years, we're here. Instead of here, down here, we're still here. That's the point. You have to do more than just maintain what you're currently doing. You always have to be trying to improve upon that by challenging yourself more and more. There's a quote I'll never forget. It's from Pat Riley. He was a basketball coach for the Lakers and the Knicks. And he said this. He said, if you're not getting better, you are getting worse. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I think that's what we should think about as active seniors. If we're just walking, we're going to get worse as the years go by because of time. It's going to erode our ability to walk. We have to start doing more now. So as time starts to erode our skills, we will be here in our 80s and 90s instead of here. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Keep that in mind right now. It can make all the difference in your later years. I have to tell you this story. Give me one more minute of your time. It just happened the other day when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about today. I saw two gentlemen back to back a couple days ago, both in their early 90s. We'll say the first guy's name is John. Second guy's name is Paul. I saw John first, early 90s, could barely get out of a chair, used a walker, was hunched over, needed support. He was unsteady. I said, John, I'm always interested. John, what did you do leading up into your 90s? I walked. 2, 3, 4, 5 miles every day, every other day. I walked. And here I am now. And he was perplexed. Just like I said, he walked, but time just eroded his walking. He did not do anything more than walking. And here he is in his early 90s, and he can barely get out of a chair. That was John. An hour later, I saw this other older gentleman, early 90s. We'll say his name was Paul. I walk him. This guy practically jumps out of the chair. He looks like he's in his early 70s. I thought he was the son, but this was him. This was the guy in his early 90s. Shakes my hand very vigorously. He looks incredible. We go outside walking. No cane, no walker, no assistance, great balance, coordination. He lives on the 3rd floor of these condos, beautiful, right on the water. I say, John, let's go downstairs. Let's go walk around the water. He said, oh, I'd love to. I start walking to the elevator. He looks at me and shakes his head. I've lived here 18 years, he tells me. I've never used that elevator once. I use the stairs. Remember what I said, we always have to try to get better. I use the stairs. I've never used that elevator. We proceed to go down 3 flights of stairs, consecutive steps, no railing, right down the stairs, out we go. We walk down this boardwalk by the boats and water. It's a windy day. The water's shifting the boardwalk. It's shifting back and forth. No problem for Paul. Walks right, does not lose his balance once. Right back, probably about half a mile we walked, back to the condo. We don't go up the elevator, of course. Opens the door. Not only does he go up 3 flights of stairs, he does not use the rail, and he goes 2 steps at a time. He bounds up the stairs. 92 years old. I can barely keep up with him. Bounds up the stairs. In we go. Great, perfect illustration of what I'm trying to tell you, that we cannot just maintain walking, That's what poor John did. Now John cannot get out of a chair. We have to take the mindset of Paul, doing more and more stairs, unsteady surfaces, boardwalks, water, moving the boardwalk. Always try to get better and better. Keep challenge yourself. That is what it is going to take to have those quality years later in life. Remember, if you're not getting better, or at least trying to get better, you're going to get worse in your later years. Hope that's helpful. It can make such a difference. I've seen this play out too many times to tell you, try to do more and more and more. If you have questions, shoot me emails. I love your emails. Some of them are very humorous. Thank you. I love that. I love all the comments about the dogs back here too, and my beautiful daughter back here. Thank you for all those great comments. And if you like what I'm speaking about, if it makes sense to you, I have made a course. It's perfect for what I'm talking about today. It will progressively challenge you to get better and better at the basic movements we're going to need later in life. It's called the Core 7 course. I'll leave information down below if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.